Greetings, YouTube. In an announcement from Canada, what may be the first genderless ID has been issued to a baby. The parent of said child, whose name is Cyril, Corey Doty, a non-binary transgender person who prefers the pronouns they, them, explained their decision to resist reciting their baby's gender in a statement issued by the Gender-Free ID Coalition, a group that advocates for genderless government documents in Canada. I do not gender my child. It is up to Cyril to decide how they identify when they are old enough to develop their own gender identity. I'm not going to foreclose their choices based on an arbitrary assignment of gender at birth based on an inspection of their genitals. And I applaud this effort. I think it would behoove many people if we would just get rid of gender assignments completely. I think we should be taking things off like that off of job applications and things like that. And I know there are going to be people who say, "Oh, this parent is, pushing their political agenda." Well, guess what, folks? Every time you've decided for someone else what their gender is, you're pushing a political agenda. Now, you're going to say, well, it's always been that way. Okay. Doesn't mean it always has to be that way. And just because in the minds of many people, penis is man, vagina is woman, that doesn't mean anything. You were not born liking sports, trucks, and tools. All right? You were not born liking pink handbags and going shopping. These are stereotypes assigned to genders. An example of things that break that, my wife uses tools, and I love to shop. It doesn't matter what I look like. It doesn't matter that at birth I was assigned the gender of man. Now, I align with that. I'm comfortable being called a man. I've never felt any kind of, bodily dysphoria because of who I am. I'm lucky like that. It's almost like a privilege. But there are people who have. And why should we burden them with that? Why should we stick every kid with this box we slam on their skull and say, okay, you must live inside this? And we never had those external gender stereotypes. Think how the world would be. Think how much healthier people would be if they were not carrying around the burden of someone else's idea of what their gender identity and actions should be. I think it's a really wonderful idea, and I applaud this effort. I know it's going to get pushback from a whole lot of social conservatives. Social conservatism is a pox upon humanity. It is trying to thrust us into a straitjacket that was thrust upon them, and they convince themselves that they need to put it on other people. They don't. Let other people be the way they want to be. We allow parents a whole lot of leeway in the world. Too much in some regards, in my opinion. Parents treat their children like property. In this particular case, at least we have a parent deciding, I am not going to shackle my child with something that I myself was shackled with, and I had to fight against to become who I want to be. I hope Cyril has a happy life. And I hope other parents join this effort. And I hope it grows so that some days we live in a future where gender is not the shackle it is now, but simply another aspect of who we are.